In a world defined by shifting alliances, political tension, and rising global scrutiny, 2025 has seen a dramatic change in China's international mobility. Once welcomed with open arms, Chinese passport holders are now finding that the doors to some countries are slamming shut. From diplomatic breakdowns to national security concerns, visa suspensions, and even outright travel bans, these nations have made it nearly impossible, or completely illegal, for Chinese citizens to enter. Whether it's due to geopolitical disputes, concerns over surveillance, or public backlash, the reasons are as complex as they are controversial. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 countries where Chinese citizens can't visit anymore in 2025, and reveal what's really happening behind the headlines. If you thought travel restrictions were a thing of the past, think again. Number 10. Philippines. They has joined the list of countries tightening restrictions against Chinese citizens. By 2025, escalating disputes over the South China Sea have culminated in a comprehensive travel ban. This marks a significant shift, considering the historical ties between the two nations. The South China Sea remains a flashpoint, with both countries laying claim to vital territories. In 2024, visa restrictions hinted at growing animosity, but the complete ban in 2025 has taken the tension to new heights. Boracay's white beaches and Palawan's turquoise waters are now off-limits to Chinese tourists. For Filipino citizens, this decision aligns with growing nationalist sentiment. The government's move to limit Chinese influence in the region resonates with its population, but it also disrupts cross-cultural exchanges that once flourished. Chinese tourists, known for their significant contributions to the Philippines' economy, are no longer part of the vibrant tourist scene. Local businesses catering to these visitors must pivot to attract new demographics, leading to both challenges and opportunities. Despite the ban, many hope for future reconciliation. As diplomatic talks remain strained, the Philippines focuses on redefining its tourism and trade strategies, ensuring its sovereignty while navigating complex geopolitical waters. Number 9. Taiwan. Their relationship with China has been a contentious issue for decades, but by 2025, tensions have reached an all-time high. What used to be a thriving travel corridor between Taiwan and mainland China has been completely severed. Political sovereignty remains at the heart of the dispute, with Taiwan enforcing stringent restrictions on Chinese visitors. In 2024, travel visas were tightened, but now, the situation has escalated to a full travel ban. Chinese nationals, once prominent among Taiwan's tourists, can no longer explore Taipei's bustling night markets or the serene beauty of Taroko Gorge. This change has had significant implications for Taiwan's tourism industry. The ban reflects rising tensions in the Taiwan Strait, where military drills and political disagreements have dominated headlines. Taiwan's move to block Chinese tourists is seen as a protective measure against potential threats. Unfortunately, this decision affects not just politics but families divided by the strait. Chinese travelers once contributed significantly to Taiwan's tourism revenue. From high-end shopping in Taipei to cultural tours of historic temples, these activities are now reserved for tourists from other nations. For Taiwanese businesses, this shift has been a double-edged sword. While the geopolitical implications dominate the narrative, one thing is clear: the strained relations between Taiwan and China will take time to heal. Until then, Chinese travelers must seek new destinations, leaving behind a once accessible haven that now feels worlds apart. Number 8. South Korea, a favorite destination for Chinese travelers, has also imposed restrictions in 2025. From Seoul's bustling streets to Busan's picturesque beaches, South Korea's tourism landscape looks vastly different without its once dominant Chinese visitor demographic. The ban stems from territorial disputes and political alliances. In 2024, visa processes were tightened as relations soured, but by 2025, South Korea had fully closed its borders to Chinese nationals. The move is widely seen as aligning with its allies, including the United States and Japan. South Korea's decision impacts both nations profoundly. K-pop concerts, which once attracted Chinese fans in droves, now lack this crucial audience. The cultural exchange that thrived through media and tourism has slowed to a halt. For the South Korean economy, the absence of Chinese tourists means recalibrating its tourism strategy. The industry now turns to other markets, including Southeast Asia and Europe, to fill the gap left by this significant ban. While tensions are high, South Korea's emphasis on security and sovereignty remains unwavering. The future of its relationship with China is uncertain, but for now, its borders remain firmly closed to Chinese citizens. Number 7. Vietnam. Vietnam and China share a complex history, often marked by collaboration and conflict. By 2025, unresolved border disputes have led Vietnam to impose a complete travel ban on Chinese nationals. The South China Sea remains at the heart of this decision. Chinese tourists, who once roamed the streets of Ho Chi Minh City and explored Halong Bay, are now conspicuously absent. Vietnam's move to enforce the ban reflects its commitment to sovereignty and territorial integrity in the face of ongoing disputes. For local communities, the absence of Chinese tourists is bittersweet. While it underscores Vietnam's firm stance, it also leaves a void in its tourism-driven economy. From bustling markets to coastal resorts, the impact is palpable. Vietnam's relations with China remain tense, with the travel ban serving as both a political statement and a practical measure. The nation looks inward to strengthen its economy and diversify its tourism appeal to other international visitors. As Vietnam charts its course, its decision to restrict Chinese travel highlights the deepening divide. For travelers and policymakers alike, this moment underscores the challenges of balancing diplomacy with national priorities. Number 6. United Kingdom. By 2025, the United Kingdom, once a popular destination for Chinese travelers, has enacted a travel ban. This decision stems from growing diplomatic rifts over trade policies, national security concerns, and political alignments with allies like the United States. The ban has drastically altered the UK's tourism and cultural exchange landscape. Chinese tourists, who were previously a major segment of visitors to iconic attractions like the Tower of London and Edinburgh Castle, are now absent. In 2024, visa restrictions hinted at the shift, but 2025's comprehensive ban made it official. The absence of Chinese students in renowned UK universities has also been deeply felt. The UK government defends the ban as necessary for national security and economic policy realignment. Meanwhile, local businesses reliant on Chinese tourists, especially in London and Oxford, have scrambled to adapt. While some benefit from the influx of visitors from other regions, the void left by Chinese consumers remains significant. Politically, this decision aligns with the UK's broader strategy to reduce its dependence on China. Tensions over technology, cybersecurity, and human rights have fueled this policy. Despite criticism from some stakeholders, the UK remains steadfast in its approach. The ban reflects a broader trend of Western nations reevaluating their ties with China. As the UK continues to redefine its role on the global stage, Chinese citizens face the challenge of finding new destinations for their academic, cultural, and travel aspirations. Number 5. Canada, known for its picturesque landscapes and welcoming spirit, is now closed to Chinese travelers in 2025. This ban results from deteriorating relations over trade disputes, technology concerns, and diplomatic tensions that began intensifying. In 2024, visa restrictions made headlines, but the full ban in 2025 surprised many. Popular destinations like Banff National Park and the multicultural city of Toronto have seen fewer international tourists from China, leaving a noticeable gap in the tourism economy. Canada's government cites national security and sovereignty as reasons for the ban. This policy follows strained negotiations over technological dependencies and disagreements on global issues. While some see it as a principled stance, others argue it could hurt Canada's multicultural image. The absence of Chinese students, who were once a dominant group in Canadian universities, has sparked concern in the education sector. Schools must now diversify their student populations while addressing the financial implications of the ban. Despite the challenges, Canada remains committed to strengthening ties with other nations. For Chinese nationals, the once familiar landscapes of Vancouver and Montreal are now distant dreams, symbolizing the growing complexities of international relations. Number 4. Australia. once thriving relationship with Chinese tourists and students has drastically changed by 2025, citing national security and political concerns. Australia implemented a travel ban, signaling a significant shift in its foreign policy. The Great Barrier Reef, Sydney Opera House, and Melbourne's vibrant cultural scene are now missing their usual influx of Chinese visitors. This absence stems from diplomatic disagreements over trade, human rights, and alliances with countries like the United States and Japan. The ban has disrupted Australia's tourism and education sectors. Chinese students, a vital part of its higher education system, are now absent, forcing universities to reevaluate their international recruitment strategies. Tourism operators also face the challenge of attracting new markets. Australia's government remains firm on its stance, viewing the ban as a necessary measure to protect its interests. However, this decision has sparked debates about its long-term impact on Australia's economy and global reputation. While Australia seeks to balance its national security priorities with economic resilience, Chinese citizens must now explore other destinations. The ban is a stark reminder of the ever-changing dynamics of global diplomacy and trade. Number 3. United States. By 2025, the United States has imposed a comprehensive travel ban on Chinese nationals, marking a peak in their already strained relationship. Trade wars, political disputes, and national security concerns are at the core of this decision, reshaping the landscape of U.S. and China relations. Iconic attractions like New York's Times Square, the Grand Canyon, and Disneyland now lack the bustling presence of Chinese tourists. In 2024, visa restrictions signaled this shift, but 2025's outright ban cemented the divide. The U.S. government cites concerns over technology theft, espionage, and political differences as reasons for the ban. This move aligns with its broader strategy to limit China's influence on its economy and national security. For Chinese nationals, the U.S. ban means lost opportunities for education, tourism, and business ventures. American universities, long popular among Chinese students, are now working to attract students from other countries to fill the gap. The ban reflects a broader trend of decoupling between the two superpowers. While the U.S. focuses on securing its interests, Chinese citizens face the challenge of navigating a rapidly changing global order where familiar destinations are no longer accessible. Number 2. Japan, a favorite destination for Chinese travelers, has implemented a strict travel ban by 2025. Long-standing territorial disputes and security concerns have strained relations between the two countries, leading to this significant decision. Popular spots like Tokyo's bustling streets, Kyoto's historic temples, and Mount Fuji's serene landscapes are now devoid of Chinese tourists. The absence is a stark contrast to the pre-2023 era when Chinese nationals made up a significant portion of Japan's tourism economy. Japan's government justifies the ban as necessary for national security, aligning itself with allies like the United States and South Korea. This move reflects Japan's focus on regional stability and its efforts to counter perceived threats from China. While the ban addresses political concerns, it also disrupts Japan's tourism and retail sectors. Businesses that relied on Chinese consumers must now adapt to new market dynamics, targeting visitors from other countries to sustain growth. For Chinese nationals, Japan's ban is a reminder of the geopolitical tensions shaping global travel. While the two nations share cultural and historical ties, their current relationship underscores the challenges of navigating modern diplomacy. Number 1. India, where escalating border disputes and political tensions have led to a complete travel ban for Chinese nationals in 2002. This decision reflects years of strained relations, particularly over contentious areas like Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh. India's vibrant tourism destinations, from the Taj Mahal to Jaipur's palaces, are now off limits to Chinese visitors. In 2024, visa restrictions hinted at the growing divide, but 2025's outright ban marks a turning point in bilateral relations. The Indian government cites national security and territorial sovereignty as key reasons for the ban. This move aligns with its broader strategy to counter China's influence in South Asia and assert its position on the global stage. For Chinese nationals, India's ban signifies the loss of a culturally rich and diverse destination. Meanwhile, Indian businesses that once catered to Chinese tourists must now shift focus to attract other international travelers. The ban underscores the deepening divide between two of Asia's largest powers. While diplomatic talks remain strained, India and China must navigate a complex relationship that impacts not only their citizens but also the broader global community. From India to Taiwan, these bans reflect a world increasingly shaped by politics and national security. While these restrictions are a setback for cultural exchange and tourism, they also highlight the complexities of modern diplomacy. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the evolving world around us.